Welcome back to Head Kick Audio. I've got a very different guest for you. I've got Raymond Rivera. He is the owner of Industrialist brand, a clothing company of sorts, taking care of jiu-jitsu needs. Now, right off the bat, this is a very niche type of company. So go ahead and explain yourself.
So actually, the reason I started the company is I trained first. So I started in mixed martial arts, Hawaiian Kempo, back in 2014. And I noticed the shorts, just none of them really fit me right. I didn't like the way that they felt. So I said, at some point, I got to figure this out. I got to find the right shorts. And I couldn't find them. So I actually went and developed some of my own, which I'm on, I think, the third iteration of them now. Because I've had a lot of input on them. People, oh, I don't want Velcro. I'm like, it's kind of, I thought it was necessary at the time, and then I tested them out. Perfect. So I actually built the brand off of the shorts, although the first thing I launched was actually a rash guard that I designed.
Okay, and I'm sure you put out a quality product. Why don't you go a little bit more into detail in these shorts and these rash guards? Not, anything specific that's going to, give away your secrets, but why should people buy these?
It's not real. I mean, it's not too much of a secret. It's just that I went through probably 3 to 4 years of testing different materials, different fit, and it was just it's kind of hard to figure out until you've actually worn it and say, okay, this is the one. This is the right one for me. So I've had to, with the rash guards, I've had to use a little lighter material on some of the newer ones because I have people that don't like the thickness of the original, which was my personal favorite because it hugs you. It's like wearing a sweater, is what Anthony Burchak told me. He said it's like sleeping in a sweater. So, I mean, that's pretty much what it is. It's just years of testing, a lot of money that I threw away because I dealt with some people that were pretty shady.
That's one of the unfortunate sides of this this business is there are a lot of shady characters out there that are looking to take advantage just to make a buck. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
It's never fun. It's never fun. But again, and these things are gorgeous. Okay, go to Industrialist brand on Instagram and you could see all of his work. They're really phenomenally looking. I mean, I don't wear them, I'm sure we'll get something going soon, but I mean, your designs, and they look like they would be comfortable. I mean, I can only, speak from what my eyes see, you know what I mean? Yeah. But they look pretty badass, man.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I've actually like a lifelong artist. So this was just a platform for me to kind of develop my art onto, because I started traditionally pen and ink, pencils. Pen and ink was always my favorite. I did a little bit of painting, but once digital started taking over, I said, I have to learn this. So I've been a lot more on the digital side now, but that's why I'm able to design my own, because I've gotten into that.
Exactly. And your designs are gorgeous. How do you go about designing these things? Do you have a color scheme and like some kind of shapes and dimensions that you're thinking?
So not so much a color scheme. For the brand personally, it's just the theme. So it's more like a dystopian future. Like I got heavily influenced by Fear Factory, the Demanufacture album, more than anything. But if you look at my very first design, that one's more Digimortal inspired because of the blue and just it's. So I don't really have. For me personally, I just have the theme to follow. I don't have a real color scheme to go by, so I could basically take whatever colors I want. But as far as when I'm designing for other people, they just give me a basic idea. I'll put something together, and then we'll just go from there. I actually really like working with the people that are really picky, because then we nail the design down perfect.
Okay, and anybody can come to you for this work.
Yeah, anybody.
That's right. Anybody, as long as their money is green, we are open for business.
Correct.
Okay, and I mean, you're building this brand, okay, and like I said, everything that I've seen has been top notch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is all still while working a regular job. So how do you balance the two on top of training, and you're promoting, and you got to do all this stuff? So how do you do it?
So a lot of it became like I would work on my breaks, I'd work on my lunch, I'll work after work, anytime I can find a little bit of time to just design something. Even so, during the pandemic, I stopped the company altogether just because I had some personal issues. It had nothing to do with that. I was drawing. I was literally drawing up my designs because I didn't have my computer. So I've been working on it long time, and a lot of that's easy to transfer into the digital side because my designs are not simple, but simple for me to transfer.
Yeah, see, the digital work is where I would get lost. I can't even draw a stick figure. I mean, they look absolutely morbid, like grotesque. You don't even want to look at anything that I put onto paper. Okay, I couldn't even imagine transferring what you do to digital and then on to clothing. I mean, I think it's pretty freaking cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun for me.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you've got the brain for it, because I absolutely do not. My wife, she could probably do something like that. You know what I mean? But not me. Not me. No
Yeah,
way.
it takes a lot of patience too, and that's the thing. It's like you don't get something right, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna leave it. I'll come back to it tomorrow, because sometimes it tests your patience.
I'm the exact opposite. I just get mad, crumple it up, and throw it away. I'm that guy.
Well, I'll do that with the paper. Yeah, I've done that before with paper, but I can't do that with the computer.
True, but you also have Control Z, which is a thing.
Yeah.
I know that from doing my shit, because all my shit's basic, and I've actually had to even dumb it down even more, because I'm a one-man show. I do all the interviews, all the editing, all the imagery. Now I do everything completely myself. As before, I had help. You know what I mean? But the wife's career came into play, and that's more important than whatever the hell I'm doing. So I wanted her to have the freedom to do her school when she needed to, and not have to fuck around with my shit. So
yeah,
I had to get creative, but dumb it down, if that makes any sense. I don't know.
Create just a streamlined process.
Exactly. Which, kind of, I used to like making the whole individualized things for the fighters. And, I used to take a lot of pride in it because I suck. You know what I mean? I'm not good at it. So when I come up with something cool and I'd be like, hey, man, what do you think? And they're like, oh, that looks awesome. And it's like, oh, they said something I did looks awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but what I should have done is I should have called my boy Raymond and said, hey, you got some skills. Why don't you help me out? But you were too busy building your own brand. And we've got an event coming up that we're both going to be at. So let's talk about Bullpen Submissions.
Okay. So I actually competed in Bullpen last September. I won my division, and then I lost the first round of absolutes. I didn't tell anybody, but I went in there with a messed up ankle, and the dude jumped on an ankle lock within 20 seconds. I'm like, you can have it. I had my fun. I enjoyed it. So since then I've been full support behind them. I'm just like, whatever I can do to sponsor, give free gear or whatever, let's do it, because I love their events. They put on the most fun events that I've ever been a part of.
Well, and I think that starts at the top, right? You know what I mean? You got
Yes.
Shaq and Mercedes, two of just the best people I've ever met in the sport. And you want to talk about two of the most competitive and most entrenched in the sport. Those two are you know what I mean? Two of the best to ever put on events. And I love the energy that they bring to their shows. And I couldn't attend the last one because I had the vid. I had to cancel 3 events that weekend. It sucks.
Yeah, that was a good one too. That was the combat one. Yep,
yes.
Combat Jiu-Jitsu title. Yep.
Yep. And of course I missed it. And I was bummed, and I was afraid. I was afraid that because I canceled that I should have known better. You know what I mean? I was afraid that they weren't going to, invite me to the next one. But, of course they understood. and we get to do this. So, what is your role for this event?
So this one, I'm actually I talked to Mercedes and she wants me to supply like a custom kit for Bullpen. So right now through Saturday, we're doing pre-orders. So you'll save, I think it's about $15-20 on the whole kit. And she wanted like a 90s retro theme. So if you jump onto our Instagram site, Mercedes and I are both pushing it. It's such a cool kit. You could do long sleeves, short sleeves. We have shorts, but you have to remember just to get it in by Saturday. So this is the first time I've ever done like a full kit for an event, but it came out awesome. That's what I was talking about earlier when somebody knows exactly what they want, because we went back and forth with Mercedes for a while, but it came out excellent. I love it.
Well, and the cool thing is that Mercedes knows exactly what she wants, and she runs a very tight ship. You know what I mean? So it's very easy to fall in line, get your things in order, and as long as you're on top of your shit, you won't get no crap from her, which it's what we're doing right now. Because I don't want to get I don't want to have her coming after me. No way, no way. Even though I know she'll probably take it easy on me, but it's just not something that I ever want to happen. So. Now your kits, right? What do they go for?
So I just started on these new shorts. This is like my third style of shorts. Typically, I would sell the shorts for just under $40, but since it's limited, we're going a little bit higher. The rash guards, $50, but right now I think we have them on sale for about $45 just until Saturday. And then whatever we have at the event is it. That's it.
Okay, and see, these prices, again, I don't have a rash guard. I don't train jiu-jitsu, which my fat ass probably should. But those prices don't sound outrageous. They actually sound like that's a really fucking good deal.
They are, because I think at this point, shorts from the bigger brands are about $70. Same thing with the rash guard, about $70. And I said, there's no need, because I know what their margins are. I said, I don't need to do that. I want to get the name out there more than I want to make a profit off of people, because they're going to buy them regardless. But why wouldn't you go for quality and it's cheaper?
Yeah, exactly. And the fact that you could, make more profit. You know what I mean? You totally could. Because even if you would have told me, 60 and 70, I mean, even those prices don't sound too outrageous. And if you're in the sport of jiu-jitsu, you need a rash guard. You know what I mean? If you're competing in, some type of martial arts, generally you need shorts. You know what I mean? So it's like you're going to need them anyway. So, and like I said, your designs are sick. I mean, I can't say that enough. Your designs are very, very good. And, I might have to get me something, because even though I don't train, like I said, maybe it might give me a reason to, because I'm gonna have to fill the bad boys off.
That like I said, I just came out with that third pair of shorts, and it was actually just for like all around, but everybody's been using them just for jiu-jitsu. So I'm like, all right, it was more like just like an all around hiking, basketball, whatever you want to do with them. But people have been using them for jiu-jitsu. They said they love them. So,
well, hey, you can't compete with that. So, outside of work, what are some things, Raymond, that you'd like to do, outside of work and outside of Industrialist?
A lot of training. I've been training a lot. I was actually supposed to compete on Saturday, but I got sick literally right before the event started. So I like to compete. Mostly just, I know it happens that way. I have a specific rule set I like to go to now, which is submission only, just because I'm not as young as a lot of the other guys now. So I get very selective. I'll do that, and just a lot of travel too. I like to travel a lot.
Well, you actually have to travel to this event because you're out in Henderson.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you driving or are you flying?
I'll be driving. I'm actually going to be carpooling with a friend who does soap. his wife's a chemist, so they have a soap brand. And we actually did we did a collaboration with them. It's still up on the site. We actually have it on sale. So shout out to Herbal Hannah.
That's dope. And it's soap.
Yeah, everybody needs soap.
It's 100% accurate. Some more than others, though. Some
That's
more than
true,
others.
That's true, yeah.
I mean, you probably know better than anybody getting on those mats.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So talk to me about your worst experience on the mats. That is something that I don't ask ever. This is actually the first time that I've ever asked that. What's your worst experience on the mat? Not, limbs break in, but maybe something that, the other person was just a little, you don't have to name names if you don't want to, but maybe it was just like, maybe I don't roll with that guy ever again.
That was actually my story. So this was, I think I had to have been a white belt back then. So I was rolling with this guy. He probably had a good 60, 70 pounds on me. I was on my back, and he just like comes up side control, and he goes like north south on me. My face is literally like sunk in his stomach. I'm breathing in there, and I'm just like, could it get any worse than this? So I got a tap just because I can't breathe under this guy, because I was brand new. I didn't know how to get out of there. So I'm just like, that's probably my worst experience. It's just like soaking in all that sweat and just, ooh, and sunk into his stomach at the same time, because he was a pretty big dude.
That sounds not fun at all. It kind of reminds me of that scene from that movie. I don't even remember, when the guy is, going to shoot the basketball or something, and it hits Ben Stiller in the face and like slides up his whole. Yeah, that's what it kind of reminds me of. Along Came Polly. There you go.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
I'm not even a movie buff. I don't know how I remembered either of those, but it works. That's kind of what that reminds me of. But yeah, that sounds horrible. Sounds really bad.
I think a lot of people would have quit after that one, but I'm like, no, I just won't go with this guy until I know I'm ready to go with him again.
And did you? Have you since?
Oh yeah, I roll with him all the time now. So I mean, I just know not to get stuck under that stomach.
All right, what's your favorite submission to practice or to nail in competition?
So I haven't nailed it in competition, almost at the last bullpen. It's the twister. I love the twister. Although I have been transitioning over to another one of my favorites right now is a straight jacket. So those are probably things you'll have to look up. Yeah, it's I've been watching a lot of Jeremiah Vance, and he has the most brutal submissions. So I'm like, I love the straight jacket now.
Can you explain the straight jacket? Because it sounds intriguing.
It's actually kind of hard to explain. So it's basically, I mean, anybody that knows Jeremiah might know, but it's a go-go plata, but they're laying on their back. So it's a mounted go-go, and you just kind of pull on one arm and just like stomp on your foot. So you'll basically it's like you're ripping the arm off. It's literally like a straight jacket. I'll have to send you a clip of that video.
Yeah, you'll have to send me. I don't know if I'd probably be watching like this, right? Because I've got bad shoulders, and that like just sounds excruciating.
It's a little hard to explain, but it's a pretty brutal one.
Okay, well, what's the coolest submission you've ever nailed in competition?
In competition, I'm probably this last bullpen. Also, it was a back triangle armbar. So it's something that I had been working on a lot. Is just that back triangle, because I've been setting it up a lot. So it was it happened so fast. I just wasn't really expecting it. And when I pulled his arm out, it was just like, oh, well, I thought he'd fight it off a little more. So that one felt cool.
Well, and it's also cool when you're practicing something and you're like, okay, cool, I want to get this down. And then bam, it happens in competition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because my goal was actually the twister, but I couldn't pull it off. So I was like, all right, let's see what else I can work on. And it just kind of fell into place for me.
And it's really surprising that it doesn't happen more often, because the transition, I see that sequence, or how the bodies, the way that they lay in order to get the twister. You see that a lot, but you don't see the twister a lot. Why is that?
There's a lot of people that just don't know about it or don't know how to set it up. And if you're not locked in correctly, it's kind of not there. So you got to have their hips like elevated. It's a whole setup, but like you said, you see the transition a lot, and you're like, wait, why didn't he go for it? And there's a lot of times where they could go for it, they just don't know it's there.
Okay. Well, I guess it's probably one of those things where if you don't practice, or if you don't even know what the hell it is, you're just it's not there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just skip right past it.
It's like my dog when I come home. He just doesn't hear me. He doesn't.
he's so used to you. He's just like, whatever.
Son of a bitch. You know what I mean? He's really old. Yeah, he'll be 20 in December.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yep, no teeth, maybe one, in diapers, cataracts, now almost completely deaf. But you know, he's good. He's good. He's a good dog.
Good. It's a long time.
Yes. As a matter of fact, it is. I believe 2/3 of my life, somewhere around there. You know what I mean? So I'll take it. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So what are you looking forward to most about this event? Because obviously there's going to be a lot of people that we have been dying to see. There's going to be tents. There's going to be a lot going on. But what are you most excited about for the bullpen?
I just hope I get a chance to actually watch some of the matches because they're always fun. They're always exciting. They know how to match people up. And even I mean, I know a lot of people are just signing up as like an open, but it's fun to watch.
Well, they do a really good job. I'm pretty sure that Mercedes does all the matching, right?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah, because I know she's at least from what I've seen, she did most, if not all of them. And I think she does a good job matching up so that people get exciting matches. Almost like, you know, some matchmakers will make fights to produce exciting competitive fights. Well, she does the same thing with submission grappling. She puts on competitive, exciting bouts. You know what I mean? So I think she does a very, very good job. Again, not her show, but you got to give the woman her props. She really knows what she's doing.
Yeah, she's run such a smooth event. Like I said, it's been my favorite to compete for and just to be part of because it's so smooth, it's so professional, and it's fun at the same time. And you don't get all of that in most other ones.
Yeah, I think I've been to one live jiu-jitsu event. I have a horrible memory, but I think I may have been to one. So for those who haven't been to any, including maybe myself, what should the spectators and fans be looking out for?
For this one in particular, or just any?
How about both?
Well, this in particular, like I said, I think it's by far the best one I've ever been to. So for me, it is the standard for what all these bigger promotions should be doing. Because there's a lot of them. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you gotta get Mercedes. She better watch this one.
It really is. To me, it was a standard because it's more relaxed. It's more fun. It's really organized. Like they're right on time for the most part. And a lot of these bigger ones, they just seem very unorganized. So I'll give you an example. I went and cornered for a couple of teams at my out of my MMA gym that I train at Naga. They had one of our guys competing on two mats at the same time. I was like, how? He can't be in both places. So even then, they weren't going to give him much time other than just to finish his match and just to go over to the other one. I said, well, it's not fair and it's not organized like it should be. But like I said, it should be fun. And that's not fun when you're getting pressured back and forth, especially because it's a submission only. It makes it that much more fun because you don't have to worry about getting scored on. Somebody just kind of stalling, because you don't see that in these.
Well, and generally with these submission only, are they timed?
Yeah, most of them are. So I've done 6 minutes, I've done 8 minutes, and I've done 10 minutes. I believe Bullpen was 6 minutes, which it's enough time. I prefer the longer one because I know how good my cardio is for the longer one, so I like to drag it out. But it's their time. They give you plenty of time to finish, and if not, they've got their overtime rules. And I think, Bullpen does what's the EBI overtime, which is like the standard.
That's the one where you can start in, what is it, on the back or in the armbar position?
Yep, spider web or on the back, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I have seen, what was it? I think it was Submission Underground. They have the same rule set for overtime, correct?
Yeah, which is basically EBI overtime, which is the standard at this point for submission only.
I'm getting confused. Maybe I haven't been to one, but I've seen one on the television. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, but if it's the same rule set, then I mean, fans can expect a lot of finishes then.
Yeah, that's huge. That's, like I said, that's why I like the submission only too, because I'm not a great wrestler. So if I have to, I will sit guard and I'll attack from the guard if I have to. But like I said, that's what makes them more fun, is you have to get the finish.
You have to engage. You have to get going. You know, only 6 minutes, and if the 6 minutes goes up and you go to overtime, it's whoever gets the submission the fastest, correct?
Or whoever has the quickest escape time.
There you go. Okay. See, I kind of know a little bit of what I'm talking about here.
You've been watching it, yeah.
Yeah, see, not bad for a guy who's never fucking been on a mat in his life.
That's right.
Which is fucked up. You know, it's fucked up. I really need to fix that. But like I said, I think we can expect a lot of finishes. I do think that the event is going to be a blast. I am anticipating having a lot of fun out there. Of course, no idea what Mercedes is going to have me do while I'm there, but, you know, I will do my best to do whatever she says and just make sure that the show goes smoothly. We got, I believe, Jimmy House. See, I'm bad with names. But Jimmy is going to be there, and he's a super, super cool dude. I've had him on the show. Can't wait to see that guy. I mean, and then there's going to be a lot of great talent there. I'm super excited. And we get to see Industrialist in the flesh.
That's right.
It's going to be sick, dude.
I know. I can't wait. Like I said, I had so much fun the last time, and that I just went down there to set up a booth and just kind of watch. But that I still had so much fun doing it. I literally got there the day of, and then I drove back the following day. But it was worth it.
And how are you coming by this time? Are you gonna come down the day before, or are you gonna do the same thing?
Yeah, so I'll come up on Friday and then leave on Sunday. So give me a little bit more time.
There you go. Take a weekend. You know what I'm saying? Take a weekend.
Oh yeah.
Well, Vegas, you know, Arizona, dude, time zones are right there. The weather is right there. You know what I mean? So you're not too far off base. You're probably used to whatever we got going on down here. So, I mean, I think as far as that is concerned, it'll be pretty cool. So talk to me about food. What do you eat while you're down here? Has anybody picked out a spot for you?
No, actually, because like I said, I wasn't there very long, but I'm just like pretty much had to Yelp it and say, okay, where's some good Mexican food? And of course, Tucson, Phoenix, of course there's going to be good Mexican food there. But like I said, last time I went to Tucson, I can't remember the place, but it was good. I would have to look it up again.
Okay. Well, I can tell you, Minidito, that's a good one that gets mentioned a lot on this show. If you just like a nice burro It's been years, literally. I think it was one of my last meals before I went to jail. But El Gorrion, they have a nice steak burrito. I mean, really, there's a lot of good Mexican joints. But if you're just in the, if you just need a burrito, real quick, like I said, years ago, decade plus, I'm a good boy now. Okay. But they had a good one. And Minirito, Taco Euro, those places, they have really, really, really solid eats there. So if you got time, check with your other, you know what I mean? Maybe somebody's got a better spot that I just haven't heard of yet. You know what I mean? I'm not saying my place has to be the shit, but, Mexican food down here is bomb. Is bomb. And a lot of times it's the places that you've never heard of or the little carretas that you've never seen before. It's good shit. It's good shit. Well, I'm excited. Where can people follow you on the social medias?
So I am on Instagram at Industrialist brand. If you want to follow me personally, I post a lot of crazy shit in like my stories. Just a lot of memes. I know you guys follow Burchak, so he does take some of that stuff from there. I share it just because I know he's going to take it. It's at Raymondsaurus Rex. I know it's kind of a long one. Industrialistbrand.com. I automatically post to Facebook, but I don't go on Facebook at all. So Instagram's best way to get a hold of me.
I am literally the same way. Somebody said they tagged me in something on Facebook, and I'm like, oh, well, I don't fucking use Facebook. I don't. You know what I mean? I'll attach, from Instagram because you can do that.
Yeah, just automatically, goes over.
But outside of that, like, Facebook is just not for me no more. Especially with what we're doing. It's Instagram is where you get the most. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, aside from the guards and the shorts and stuff like that, do you have any like regular merchandise? Let's say somebody like a host of a podcast wanted to support his buddy and wear his apparel, out on the streets, out at events, wherever. Yes, I'm a hat guy too.
We got embroidered hats. I know, I saw your hat. So we have hats. We have T-shirts that we sell on the site too. I haven't done a whole lot of those designs just because I've been busy doing a lot of custom designs for a lot of basically people that are competing or local guys. But yeah, we have T-shirts. We have hats. I actually do custom fanny packs. The design. You can go on there, pay for it, and then you'll get in touch with me and we can go over the details on it too.
Interesting. Now, I don't think I've ever owned a fanny pack, and unfortunately I don't think I ever will.
Yeah, some people don't.
But it is cool that you offer something like that, because maybe there's plenty of people out there. I mean, you've seen the pit vipers and the mullets and it's a whole thing these days. But somebody also was like giving props to their fanny pack. I'll have to.
Joe Rogan has his own fanny pack, actually, believe it or not.
Say it again?
Joe Rogan has a fanny pack through another brand, believe it or not.
I think that's what it was. I think somebody was talking shit, and he's like, I love my fanny pack. So, again, not for me. Not for me. Even if it's got a wicked cool design, probably still not for me. But hats, shirts, yeah, I'm gonna check this out because I gotta get me some, and I gotta show my love.
Appreciate it.
So, Bullpen Submissions. Remind me of the date. It is the
August 13th, I believe. Let me look at my calendar.
No, you are correct.
Sure. Okay, yeah, I know it's a Saturday, so it's the 13th.
Yeah, August 13th. You got the venue? Do you have the venue?
I know it's at the Culture Expo in Phoenix. So the exact venue, that one I'm going to have to look it up. I will pull it quickly.
He's going to pull that quickly. Again, it's at Industrialist brand on Instagram. You got it?
Phoenix Convention Center, South Building Halls, F and G at the Culture Expo.
That's dope. So I knew I was traveling for this one because I'm in Tucson, not Phoenix. But I couldn't, my notes are very limited here. My notes were on you, not on the event. That's my bad. Okay, that's my bad. Okay, I get it. Sometimes I'm not as prepared. Plus, I've been fucking starving since I got home. I haven't eaten since noon, and then my wife decided she wanted to cook dinner at 8 o'clock, and I'm like, it's not gonna be ready. So, but look, okay, so August 13th, over at the what would you call that then? The PCC, because I'm used to calling it the TCC for here.
I have no idea what they call it over there. I just know it's
roll with that. It's up in Phoenix. If you want the details, it will be on my Instagram. It will be on his Instagram. Bullpen, Mercedes, Burchak will have it. I'm sure plenty of other competitors are going to have it. Jimmy's probably promoting it as we speak. That Savage, he's always working. Look, man, I like the designs. I like the work. I like the dedication that you put in. I like the fact that you are not just doing this to make to make a money. Did I really just say that? But you're not doing this to, fatten your wallet. You're doing this because you didn't like what was available to you. And you're probably not the only one. You make it affordable. You make it look really fucking cool. So I'm stoked, and I'm gonna get me some of this. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get me some of that, and maybe you might have to get myself a guard because I'm like white belts would love to see me on the mat. You know what I'm saying? They would love to see me. I didn't wrestle. I never trained. I mean, I fought in a cage, but I didn't do any of that. I just said, I got this, and I didn't. So maybe it's time to change that. Just stay away from my foot and my shoulders. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Yeah. Well, I hope to see you on the mats then, and you're gonna have to be at 10th Planet Tucson.
Okay. Well, we can make that happen. It's not too far away.
I know.
All right. So, real quick, before I let you go, I always give my guests, normally say fighter, but I normally give my guests as much time as they would like to thank anybody that they would like.
So, I would actually really like to thank Mercedes and Anthony, because without them, I wouldn't be on the show. They've been really, really supportive of me. They've been helping me through a lot of this. Like I said, my friends at Herbal Hannah, Best Soap. I have to pitch this one. TheDailyTriangle.com. Josh is running a site, and they have all the competitions, all the seminars, and all the camps lined up. If you don't see it on there, there's an option to submit your event. So it's basically an all-for-one website for anything jiu-jitsu as far as competitions, camps, and seminars. And then,
anyone
else? Like I said, just basically everybody that has supported me to this point or that keeps supporting me. There's a lot. There's too many to name. So everybody, thank you.
Not a problem. It has been a pleasure having you on the show. And yes, thank you, Mercedes, for, connecting us. Again, we have a lot in common. I literally thought you were my long lost brother, and I haven't shut the door on that yet.
Could be.
My dad, he was a wild man. Okay.
He was a wild
you know what I mean? So he's got like 7 from like 4 different moms. So, yeah. Well, there's 11 of us total, but my mom had some and my dad had some. So they're kind of split all over the place. But I'm not putting it past that old fucker. You know what I mean? Like I said, he was wild. So there is a chance. You know what I mean? We kind of got the same type nose going on here. You know what I mean? So I see it. And I dig the stash, by the way. That's beautiful. It's a work of art.
I had to grow something after I started losing it on my head. So
It's all good, brother. It's all good. Well, again, August 13th, I will be there in person, ready to shake your hand, and check this stuff out in person. Again, already have my stuff. I'll already have my stuff, but I really can't wait. Like I said, I love to see the designs. I have to go back on your Instagram and show my wife some of the work that you did, because I really think that a lot of what you did is really, really badass. And I'm not saying that just because you're on my show. She's somewhat of an artist herself, and I think that she'll really appreciate a lot of the work that you put in. So
thank you.
You're probably going to get like 1 million fucking notifications, because she'll do that. She'll be like, ooh, I like this one. Ooh, I like this one.
That's good.
Ooh, I like this one.
It's better for me.
After I'm done, she's going to go back and do it all over again. So this has been a blast. It's been awesome getting to know you. Even, through the Instagrams, the conversations that we had. Like I said, not shutting the door. But August 13th over at the PCC is what we'll call it. I can't wait, man. I'm super stoked.
Me too.
So yeah, little over a month, but we'll see you soon.
I'll be there. Can't wait to meet everyone there.
Awesome, man. Until next time.
All right.